Welcome to X1T Gaming, and together we're going to revolutionize the gaming industry. So right now we're learning about kind of just what are we learning about? We're just learning kind of like how to put everything on paper so that everyone can be on board. Basically, communication skills of what the end goal is and the plan is. I can't just say I'm going to be making a ball game and leave it at that because what what is the ball game? Like, is it baseball? Is it basketball? And then what I have is completely something different. So we're going to go through. We're still on Learn Unity, and so the project manager and teamwork are often referred to as soft skills for design development roles. Although project management can get technical, and there are several different project management methodologies you might encounter, it primarily takes teamwork, including communication and organizational skills, to be a good project manager. So basically, right now, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking through teamwork kind of stuff. So I could show you this thing that I got downloaded computer for you guys. So this is basically the sheet that we want to work on. So what's your project name, project owner? Um, yeah, maybe if I download this, then I can actually do it. Example of project charter. Sure, save. So this is an example that we could use. Print off. So you got start date, estimated go live date, but I'm going live every day. Sorry, I am a dad. You gotta get used to puns. Dad jokes. Yeah, so just go through all this stuff, and then we got the design document, proposal doc, technical doc, meeting notes, and ideas. Team responsibility and milestones, and then kind of like team members and what kind of days for holidays and vacations and stuff like that. And then backfill. You gotta let the guys have vacations. Gotta. Can't you can't give people breaks. They'll just burn out, and that's no good. So this is a good idea for how long they'll be gone for. But yeah, I'd love to be in a position where I could just be like, "You need 2 weeks off tomorrow? Yeah, go ahead." But of course, once there's a team involved, we'll see what's going on, because having someone off at the wrong time can really kind of screw up the whole thing, which wouldn't be good. Can't get games done that way. But I want to do my best to let people have days off whenever they want. That's my goal. If someone wants a day off tomorrow, I kind of want to set this up in a way where it's more free. I don't want to have like a clock in, clock out. I never liked that clock in, clock out. Like, you're adults, right? And yeah, and all the stuff that we're doing is online anyway, so they're good, or on the computer, which with technology now you could easily do at home. But then there's also, you need to kind of have discussions as team members to be together. So I want to try to make it like an even 50-50 process, or however they like, where they could come in whenever, um, and we'll ask them to come on certain days so that they could actually have a group meeting, team meeting, and stuff like that. But a lot of the stuff that I see that you could probably just learn, you could just send it over. It's not that difficult. But yeah, so recap and phases of production. So you got the pre-production stage, the work done before full-scale production begins, such as planning, prototyping, pipelining, setup, and initial designs. So it's probably coming up with the actual game itself, thinking about the timeline for how long it could do. I think that was the sheet that we did yesterday that was the pre-production, is what I'm assuming. Yeah, and then you got the production, which is the creation of the project and assets within it, including the creation of final 2D images and 3D models, audio, lighting, and user experience. Now there's post-production, after work, work done after the final project appears to be complete, including quality assurance, editing, testing, bug fixing, and final polishing. Then operations, ongoing work after a product has been released to keep it running, such as scales, monetizations, updates, and continued maintenance. Properly planning for each phase is the production cycle is crucial when you need to deliver a project that is on time and works as expected. So that's a pretty good flow of having those four different things. I wonder, once I get going, if I should have like four different departments and just pass it on to the next person, or just have like a couple, like have an operations department that can keep stuff going. Yeah, but then again, if you're just going to be making like single play games where it's you buy the game and then you have it complete, there's no operations that's going to be needed for those things. Yeah, I feel like that's probably one of the problems that the gaming industry is focusing on, is they're focusing on operations, ongoing work, ongoing pay. They want the ongoing stuff. What could they add to keep it ongoing? And the frustrating part about that is I know that there's some companies or like some games where people will love and they enjoy that has operations, and then all of a sudden they decide to stop continuing, and so you put 2.5 years of time and money into this game, and now they don't care. You can't play it anymore. It's impossible because they don't have the operations going for it anymore. So that's one of the things that also drives me kind of crazy with the gaming industry is that they want like a continued revenue, which as a business person, I understand that you want to have that continued revenue, you want to keep going, but for this movement that we're starting, yeah, I don't think you gotta sacrifice a little bit of profits to really make the movement go and do its things. So that's where we're going to be keeping different. I'm not going to say right now that we're not going to be doing operations at all. It's way too early in the stage. But my goal is to get out content that people enjoy. That it's not going to one day you're not going to be able to play anymore. Or yeah, unless that's your guys' thing. But that's not my thing. I like having a game. For example, one of the games is like Skyrim. It's been out for like what, since 2011 was it? And now we're already like in 2022. It's like 11 years old, and I still play it once in a while. It's nice to just go back to these things and be able to play it. It's nice to go back play Zelda or Ocarina of Time. That's a fun one as well, right? Yeah. So we'll just yeah, mark step is complete. I think this might be a short day. Overviewing project planning, document and tracking, time management, communications, respect, and professionalism. Yeah, so documentation and tracking. It's crucial for all in project management. The signed document acts as a single source of truth where you can record the specific requirements for the experience that you want to create. The design document also supports producers and project managers to track design and development process. When managing projects, consistently use design documents to follow ways to guide the design and development process. So yes, I like this to keep people on track, but the problem, and I think this is going to be one of the things where I'm going to have to learn. We're going to have to figure this one out because the problem with this is that if someone misses a deadline, if someone skips a beat, it's going to hurt. And because you have these marketers saying, "Oh, we have this game. So, like, for example, my game. Oh, we have this game. It's going to be in 3 months. It's coming out. You got to get it. I don't know if it's going to be done in 3 months. I want it to be done in 3 months. I wanted to have it. I want to have it done in like a couple weeks, and then I could use that time to actually really make it better. You have errors happen. It's things that you don't see, right? And it's just a matter of life. And so if you miss a deadline, now what happens is you have these marketers saying, "Oh, pushing and pushing," and say, "No, we promised these people that it's going to come in 3 months. We promised them that's going to come in 3 months." The backlash that we're going to get received from the community. That is the problem with gaming industry, is that we're now being rushed, and now the developers being rushed, they're going to make more errors. They're not going to really try. They're going to miss stuff, and then they're going to take out stuff that would have been like make the game like an A game. So now it's making it a B game because they don't have that this factor in because they had to take it out because they seemed that it was pointless because it didn't affect gameplay. Right, so that to me is the problem. But it is good to have documentation and tracking and to keep a process on all of these things, especially when you have producers, support producers, and project managers. Yeah, we'll figure this one out. That one is definitely definitely good, but it could definitely bite you in the butt. Yeah, time management, super important. Effective time management is crucial to timely delivery and completion of the project when managing projects. Yes, scoop time for each phase of the design and development process. Review your project's plan daily, and give brief daily status reports to the project manager or producer. Often these daily updates are called stand-ups. Okay. Use contingency planning for any unforeseen delays. Reprioritize and update the task and deliverables in the project plans when needed. See that's one of the problems right there. So the time management, they're basically so what this company what they're teaching you how to actually be a game company. There's a lot of important stuff, but right here they're starting to be like saying like, look, if you have delays, well, take out stuff that's unneeded and only prioritize the stuff that's needed, that like affects gameplay or affects graphics and stuff like that. And sometimes I feel like because of that, so I was playing what was it? So growing up, I loved the Fable series. If you guys know that game, I played Fable 1, Fable the original. I loved it. It was an amazing game. I loved it so much that I actually bought an Xbox 360 so that I could play the next game. And so I bought it. I think it was Fable 2 that came out on that. Was it Fable 2 or was it Fable 3? Okay, so I did that for one of the games. Like I love the series so much that I did it for one of the games because the first game was just absolutely amazing in my opinion. And then the second game, it was okay. It was pretty decent. It was a hard decent. There was stuff that I didn't like about it. And but what happened was that I can't spoil the end. Okay, I'm spoiler alert. Just plug your ears if you don't want to hear this. Yeah, but when it came to like the final boss in Fable 2, it was like just a gunshot and then it was over. And I felt like that whole hype that went through the whole game just totally ruined it for me. I was totally flabbergasted. I was like frustrated, and I'm like, was it a glitch? Like, what happened? And then it was like, nope. Played it again. You just shoot the guy once, and that's the final boss, and the game's over. So that was frustrating. And so I feel like this was like the time management. And then don't get me on the Fable 3 about time management, where they took the greatest aspect of the game and just pushed it all towards the end of it to yes or no decisions. And that was like, what? Like, it doesn't matter. It didn't, like, nothing affected. Like, at least number two, stuff that you did would affect the area. I can't remember what I did, but one time I was playing and there's this area that was always dead. You had these was it barbarians or bandits? You always had bandits in the area, and I don't know what happened, but eventually I did something. I was playing as the guy who was good but like super greedy. So I would do only good stuff, but I would rip people off however I could and just charge like the maximum amount of everything. And just for that character. And I made him like a gluten as well. He's just eating. But then like this one village, just all of a sudden I did something, some quest, and it just like had marketers, and it just completely changed. And that to me was amazing. And you didn't get that at all in the third series, simply because I think it was just time management. I think they probably made like a deal with, yeah, that was probably the one with the Xbox 360 where they wanted to come out with the Xbox 360, and it was the reason why I actually bought the system. But the game was just not what I wanted it to be. Not at all. It didn't have any of the elements, and that's where I feel like the time management was they took a lot of stuff out of the game, and they just wanted to make a game to push it and get it out there because they had a deadline to meet, and people were going to lose money, and it wasn't up. So I think one of the things is like I'm not going to say no to time management. You need time management. I don't want people to work on a game and then it never gets developed at all. It never gets out there. But I don't want to put a rush to it. Another one that I think there was a rush to it was Cyberpunk. I didn't play it, um, but I heard stories, and that was probably in the same situation. You have these marketers. You got this time constraint. You got to, I told we told the people you're going to be done on this day, and now we look like fools because we have to postpone it, and that's where the gaming industry kind of is burning out the developers because they're just in a rush to just keep making these games. And in all honesty, we didn't need to know that these games were in production until they were almost done. Because what's the point of getting all our hopes up just to get frustrated that it's not coming out? Because as a consumer, once we hear about it, we think that it's almost done or that it is done, and we want to play it now. Don't mention it to us if you're not ready. And then communication. Without clear communication, collaboration is challenging at best and impossible at worst. Communication is one of the most important skills for working with others in any capacity, and it's vital for effective project management. Yes, totally agree. That's one of the things that I want to do with these YouTube lives is that I actually want to have good communication with you guys so that you can see what's going on behind the scenes. You can understand how stuff is going. And yeah, so that and just learning as we go. Yeah, we're going to make mistakes. We're going to not make mistakes. Yeah, like so you see the camera settings that I have right now. I did a Twitch game the other day, and I forgot to put it in this mode. So you can imagine. So this is when you're playing games. So you're going like this, playing games like blah 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 blah. But I was playing games and I was just talking the whole time, and I was in camera mode. And someone, people even commented, but I didn't. I was so focused on the game that I didn't even see the comments. Oh man, that was embarrassing. Right? But things like that happen, and it's okay as long as you're communicating about it. It'll clear out and it will get better. And then respect and professionalism. Even if you're completing a project for personal development or fun, when working with others, it's important to respect them and have professional attitude in your work. When collaborating on a project with others, be punctual. Promptly reply to collaborators, peers, and clients. listen to others' opinions, and contribute, actively engage in collaborative work. Yeah, no, I don't agree with this at all. No, I'm just kidding. Of course, you gotta agree with it. But yeah, no, I don't have any problems with that. Of course, be punctual, and yeah, but it's it's kind of sad that nowadays you actually have to like tell people to be respectful and be professional. Like it's not. It's something that should be common sense, but it's not. Okay, design documents and projects. Okay, so okay, in the pre-production phase. Okay, so we're going to be looking at the pre-production phase now. Managing projects. Okay, so we're just kind of going over the list. I wonder if I should just. Screw it. I'm just going to go through this with you guys. What's the point of just listening to my sexy voice? You'll learn better if you see it. Hopefully, I don't get sued. I can't afford it yet. And when I can afford it, I hope not. But we'll. It's free. It's free. They shouldn't be able to sue you. And if you guys actually watch and listen and want to do this, you're going to probably go through this program anyways. Probably download their stuff. They're going to be making money off this. They would love for me to do this for them. It's free marketing. Yeah. So hopefully they don't sue me. Okay, in the pre-production phase, at the start of the project, design documents are created to help to define and scope what you are going to create. These documents include game, design documents, target, user persona, project charters, technical specifications. Okay, so we talked about communication earlier, and so I gotta communicate with you guys. I'm actually dyslexic, so if I screw up in reading, I apologize. It's not my fault. Forgive me. Yeah, words switch up on me sometimes, and sometimes I have to go through stuff a couple times, and it'll still say the same word. Like sometimes there's like words that will be added or taken away. It's really weird. I don't know how to explain it. Well, that's I'm explaining right now. But yeah, so like as I'm reading stuff, there'll be words that will be different words. There will be added words, or there will be words that have been taken away. And sometimes I have to reread the same thing like 3 or 4 times in order for it to be disappeared. Like it will actually just stay there. That's the weird part. And I could like the weirdest thing. Like I'll actually like look at it, and then all of a sudden I'll see this. It'll blur, and then it'll just become like what it's supposed to be. Doesn't happen all the time. It happens sometimes. And usually, if I get something wrong, like if I'm ever like in an argument, I don't usually get in arguments anymore because I'm getting older. I know how I work. We or I like I'll kind of listen, and so sometimes when someone's explaining something to me, it will start to change, and I could actually makes more sense. I could, yeah, it's just really weird, And another side effect of being dyslexic, whenever I order something and I get something, if I ever get my order wrong for like food wise, I just accept the fact that I made a mistake because it happens in my speech too, where I'll say something that is not in my brain. So, for example, if I go and I want to have a fish burger, sometimes I'll be like, "Can I get a cheeseburger?" And then I'll go and I'm like, "I didn't want cheese, I wanted fish burger." And I'll just deal with it because I assume it was my fault. That's the problem of being dyslexic. How is that going to work with creating games? I don't know, but I heard that people with dyslexia are supposedly thinking 3D, and that's not normal. And so, with that, I'm hoping that because I have a 3D grasp of things, I could create good quality games for you. It's my hope. So design documents contain a blueprint of your project. In the high-level design document, you should identify. Okay, so high-level overviews, for example, are overall project vision in the game. Design document required the standards of particular pipelines in the project. Detailed design specifications for particular features. The goal and purpose for the project, the intended users and audience, key features of the project, and final form of delivery. Okay, so expand on. Okay. Yeah, how am I supposed to zoom in? Yeah. Okay, there you guys got that. I can't see it. It's like it expands a little bit, but I still can't see. But so you want to have a design document. You could probably download it. Project charters. Okay, this one looks a little bit better. Okay, so you got your product name, product owner. That's kind of nice to. Oh, I showed you this one earlier. We had that one. Oh, I guess you need the product owner. Who has the main responsibility in making? Okay. And additional documents. You have technical documentations, meeting notes, proposal, and pitch document. Okay, so these things are just to cover your butt. Cover your butt. Keep things on task. Have everything organized and effectively communicate things. Managing projects and tracking progress. Yeah, I don't think we need to go into full detail about this stuff. Once I get to like a certain point, yeah, this would be a nice reference to go back to. Um, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like again, for me, there's a lot of the stuff where I feel like it is straightforward. So creating projects for clients, identify the clear project roles. This includes identifying the person who serves as the liaison between the client and the group and the key stakeholder for different elements of the project. Understand and clarify client expectations. Plan to support clear communication with the client. Identify the ways you'll communicate with your client and any online collaborative tools needed to review the project with their client. So this is something I'm not gonna say no to like anything to start because we're in the starting phases. I'm just going to be telling you what things that I want, and I'm definitely open for change. I'm not. This is how it has to be. This is how it's going to go. I'm in a learning process right now, so I'm going to learn and do the stuff. But I feel that once we start getting a team together and we start getting big, I don't really want to have clients unless it's Marvel. Marvel, we can work together if you want. um, yeah, I have no idea if I want to work with clients simply because the clients, all they really care about is, or how I feel like they care about is just the money. They just want to make money. They got something. So, for example, like, I don't know, like if Marvel wants like Spider-Man, Sony's doing Spider-Man right now. I don't have a PlayStation. I don't play too many PlayStation games. I play mostly Nintendo stuff, but I'm open to other things. I'm not that yeah, actually now I think of it, like I've never owned a PlayStation. Yeah, I've never owned any PlayStations. has always been Nintendo pretty much my whole life, up until the Wii, and the Wii was garbage, and so we went to start with the Xbox, or we got the GameCube, and I think someone got me an Xbox. We're playing some games on that, and I did Xbox 360, and that was it. Everything else that I've done was Nintendo. Interesting. But yeah, so for client stuff, I think a lot of them they want to have like deadlines. Absolutely, they'll probably the deadlines are probably very important and strategic. Oh, I don't even know the word. Um, strategic. I can't. Whatever. It's a strategy, strategic. There we go. Where they'll probably be like, we want Spider-Man game made at this date, which is like a week after or like the day of when the movie comes out, so that they come out both at the same time, and you got like all this hype and marketing, and people want to just do both. They're like, oh, I gotta get Spider-Man, I gotta watch the movie. Love the movie, by the way. Sony's doing a great job with the series, so I'm glad with them for that part. And from what I see for gameplay, their video games that they're doing for Spider-Man is also really great work. But yeah, so but with clients, they probably want deadlines, and I'm not a big fan of deadlines for this moment because I don't want to have to ruin games. I want to, yeah, but then you don't want to get to that point where you're just like, oh, but I want to add this to the game, and I want to add this, and I want to add this, and you're like, you know what, those things aren't really necessary. Now you're just kind of going over and beyond. We have to find a happy balance. We need to find a balance where we could get games on time for you guys to play, but also not burn out the developers. Um, Not put too much stuff in, not take too much stuff out. Yeah, maybe in the timeline, what we'll do is we'll kind of try to get everything done, and then if we go overboard and we see that there's some stuff that's still left that you really want to get in, we'll probably be like, okay, let's just do those. There's no more adding like, oh, what if I want to add this or that? Yeah. Exercise identifying tools to support your project management tracking. Okay. So Trello, I heard of that. Don't know how to use it. So if you don't want to use one of these tools, take some time to investigate the options available to you and identify a tool to trial for your next project. If you already if you do already use one of these tools, but it's not quite right for you, this is a great opportunity to investigate whether there are new options or features. Share your experience. Okay, let's look at these things while we're here. Free advertisement. No, I am not getting paid by these guys. Oh, GitHub. Have I heard of GitHub before? Okay, sign up. It's free. Trello. That's good. Wait a minute. We're gamers. Why don't we just use Discord? Or can you not? Like, I'm not. I don't really know how to use Discord that much, so I don't know if you can do that. You guys should leave in the comments. What about Discord? Discord. Would that work? Okay, so here we go. Trello pricing. I hate when they go like, oh, it's free, but it's a try free. So it's $10 per month. You know what? $10 per month. Whatever. And they have a free stuff as well. Unlimited boards. You know what? This is something that would probably be good to have the extra. timeline view, simply for having back and forth kind of stuff. So if people are going to be working from home whenever they choose, or working from in the office, go back and forth, it's really good to have something like this. Okay, so Trello, we looked at the stuff. Interesting design. Oh, okay, that's right. My wife uses Trello. That's where I heard it before. Fav what, Favreau pricing. Okay, so this is even more. They look like they give you less. Okay, but how does it look like? Goes on your mobile. Places these tools. It's so funny. Sheets and data. I feel like they're probably all the same. Sign up, it's free, but here's prices. You get the free thing, so we get your information, but if you actually want good experience, up to 5 users, right? That's the thing. So if you have a team of 6, then they're just like, okay, now we gotta do this. And oh, look at this. So they have like it's $10 per month if you pay for the whole year, which is going to be like $120, or you could pay $12 a month. But then, in all honesty, these apps, they, I don't know. I feel like they're all the same. And then we could find stuff. Yeah, just looking at these, I don't think Discord can do stuff like this. Um, but yeah, Google Workspace. You know what? I do a lot of Google Doc stuff. So especially if this is going to be free. Yeah. Okay. You get the point. They're all the exact same. They're all about 10 to $20 a month. Yeah. They all have a start free trial. They all have like free site limit 1 unlimited. Yeah. So GitHub. Yeah. We get it. We get it. Mark as complete. Prepare to publish. Okay, in the post-production phase, you'll prepare to publish your project. Your project plan should account for quality assurance, testing, content, editing, and revision, bug fixing, and final polishing of the deliverables. Let's consider quality assurance testing in a little more detail. So you got test scripts, you got to do bug report tracking. Yeah. Yeah, so it's kind of cool. Like this basically they're saying that if you don't know, you're coming at this and you don't know nothing about the game industry, or you don't know nothing about how business works. It's kind of like you're just fresh out of high school, or you're still in high school and you want to get a head step on life. I get this. Okay, once your project has been tested, fixed, and validated, you are ready to publish. Your project plan should account for when and where you are publishing your project. Ideally, you'll be sticking to your deliverable dates and you are publishing your project on the date you originally identified. Even if you don't hit the exact date, you identified in pre-production. By following a clear project plan and making adjustments along the way, you should be within reasonable range of your original release date. Boom. So when I was doing the thing, I didn't do bugs testing for mine, but yeah, we'll see. Operations, activities, and retrospect. One simple approach of conducting a retrospect could be chart 3 columns and identify things you think you should start doing, stop doing, continue doing. Okay. Summary. In this tutorial, you have explored the basics of project management. Blah, 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 blah. Mark as complete. Skip and continue. Oh, I didn't get any points for that one. I marked all of them. I pressed the button. Unit 2 Introduction Beginner. So just what? 2 minutes ago.
Congratulations! If you're watching this video, it means you've made it all the way through Unit 1 and are ready to take your skills to the next level. In this unit, we will create a much more interactive top-down prototype where the player has to throw food to hungry animals who are stampeding towards them. And if you've ever had to face down a herd of charging moose with nothing in your hand but a slice of pizza, you'll know that's going to be pretty exhilarating.
You know,
if you think about our first prototype, it wasn't really a game.
Just kidding.
The player was the only object that could move, so they could just take their time in this completely predictable environment. There was no real objective, excitement, or sense of urgency. In most games and interactive experiences, though, there are non-player enemies or obstacles outside of the player's control that force the player to respond. In order to respond, the player will usually have some ability like an attack or defense. And more often than not, there's also some element of randomness so that the experience is more exciting and unpredictable. All of these things are elements of basic gameplay. And that's exactly what we're learning to program in this prototype. Non-player animals will spawn at random locations, and it's up to the player to use their food launching ability to feed those animals. Even though we are programming one particular type of game in this unit, you'd be amazed at how far these skills will take you. Just about every great classic game ever made draws on these fundamental ingredients of basic gameplay. So let's start creating.
Okay, so we'll probably start that tomorrow. Yeah, so okay, so that's pretty interesting. So we got more projects that we got to be working on. So the sheet that I play, I'm gonna have to redo the timeline for my sheet. I'm gonna still keep the 90 days, but I'm gonna have to kind of like condense when I do stuff. Unless I could finish these projects all within the next couple weeks and then figure out how to do my ball jump. Yeah. But yeah, no, this is something that I really think I need to do. I need to focus on. We'll do it together. Yeah, and yeah, we'll probably keep it the same way that we've been doing. Well, I'm going to be watching and probably doing it at the same time. Even though this thing says watch then repeat. I don't know. I don't want to have to watch and then repeat it. It takes too long. So we got the prototype 2 zip files. Okay, so I'll start downloading that right now, and then we will just Unity. Boom. Yeah, save. And we extract. Boom, okay. Okay, and that's that. Okay, so we got the extraction. I'll open it for the next time. We'll go through these videos. The whole thing says 1 hour. Oh, for educators. What? Groups, live, skills, overview for educators. Okay, so by the end of this lesson, you will be able to adjust the scale, the size, order. More importantly, use the blah blah blah. Create if-then statements in order to implement basic logic on your project. Okay, so we're doing if-then. That's good. That's going to be good. I know I don't know the if statements, but I know of them where it's kind of like if this happens, then this happens, or if this doesn't happen, then this happens. Stuff like that. You learn how to do just kind of part of coding. So yeah, no, I'm excited for these units. Yeah, so we'll try to get through these. I'll probably try to do like one thing a week. Maybe we'll take a day when I'm off and just do like a whole day of streaming live. I'll have to ask my wife about that one because it'll get done faster, and she's gonna have to be watching the kids for the whole day if I have the day off. So yeah, I might do that if that's something you guys want. Put a comment below. Yeah, I'm pretty sure just one hour of my sexy and beautiful voice and my face is enough. Okay, so I just want to say goodbye, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. So 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time is when we do the YouTube, and we would try to do 9 a.m. for Twitch games. Okay,